Hey guys, it's Karen V, and today's video is going to be weight loss tips for beginners. The reason I'm making this video is because I have been there. I have been in the trenches when it comes to weight loss frustrations, body image issues, and I would like to help save you from all of that because it is completely unnecessary and a waste of life. So if you clicked on this video, it's probably because you have been contemplating starting your own weight loss journey or health journey. And I just wanted to really tell you guys a few things that I think can really help you, because I wish I had this kind of mentality back in the day when I was struggling so much with my weight and my body image. So just to give you a little bit of background, I do have a degree in exercise science. That's a whole story in itself, but we're not going to go there. But, you know, I do remember the day that I tipped the scales at my highest weight, which was 180 pounds as a 5'6" woman. And where was this? This was in the gym where I worked. And I remember the feeling of shame and fear and anxiety and not knowing what was going to happen next and just feeling extremely hopeless. So it's a terrible feeling, all of it, and I wish I could turn back time and just erase all of that. But I didn't know how to handle things. I didn't know how to approach weight loss and a healthy lifestyle at that time. I mean, how crazy is it that I worked in a gym and I couldn't help myself? I could help other people, but I couldn't help myself. So that was interesting. It was hard. I'm so happy with where I'm at now. So here are my 8 tips for beginners when it comes to weight loss. So here we go. My first healthy weight loss tip is to never start your journey in a desperate, self-loathing panic. You must start your journey with a much healthier mindset. You must love where you are in that moment. Even if it's not exactly where you want to be, you have to love and respect where you're at and give yourself credit for the fact that you actually want to improve yourself, because you can. It's not impossible. Don't ever think that just because you are the way you are now, that that's your destiny. You can change. I never thought I'd be making a video like this in my entire life. So please love yourself for where you're at and know that you can do this. Just breathe, stay calm, and do everything out of love for yourself. Personally, when it came to my weight loss journey, that's how I always started, in that negative headspace. And when you start in a negative headspace, it's like you're acting from a place of disrespect for your own body. Okay, so every weight loss attempt I had for 15 years never resulted in long-term weight loss or any sort of, healthy mindset or healthy lifestyle, because I was insulting myself. I was getting angry with myself. And when you come from that place, you're just not going to form good habits, and it's not going to be long lasting. It's just not. You're going to fail. If you're like me, I'm the kind of person that does good things when I have positive reinforcement, not negative. Like if I tell myself how wonderful I'm doing and how great I'm doing and how proud of myself I am, I'm going to keep going. But, if I keep coming down on myself, I'm gonna give up rather quickly. We all have too much negative self-talk going on. It's got to be positive. My second tip for healthy weight loss is do not go on a crash diet, because you're not going to do that forever. You want to create healthy habits in your life. Things that you can do for the rest of your life. I think people they put these rules on themselves. They write down all the rules. I've done this. You write all the rules, and once you mess up, you're done. You give up. Oh, I'll start next Monday, or I'll start on the first of the month, and then you end up packing on more weight, waiting for that next day one to come. Okay. Just don't do it. Don't give yourself these insane, unattainable rules. I mean, it's okay to set goals. It's okay to write down your goals and maybe some healthy lifestyle habits you would like to create, but please don't go on some crazy restrictive diet where you're cutting out whole food groups or cutting out carbs 100% or just making ridiculous demands on your body, okay? If you just make small improvements and you pick a few things at a time, like easy things like drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, stuff like that, you're going to be able to do that. And little by little, you're going to see that the weight is coming off. A lot of times we all have maybe just a habit or two, an unhealthy habit or two that we just are having a hard time kicking. But if we kicked it, that could make all the difference in the world. It could be just cutting out soda or cutting down how much coffee you're drinking in a day. Maybe you're like a 6-cup a day person, filled with cream and sugar. It's just adjusting your current habits that are not ideal. So starting there, I think, is huge. Just think about what you're doing to yourself that you know is not good. Just try to improve upon it. Don't go all or nothing on day one, because I'm telling you, you're going to give up within that first week. And you're going to feel crappy about it. You're going to hate yourself. And you don't want to go through that. It's a waste of time. Tip number 3 completely stems off of tip number 2. And that is, do not expect yourself to be perfect on this journey. Perfectionism is going to destroy you. That is what I did for 15 years. I tried to have a perfect diet.
Over and over and over and over and over.
And it just made me heavier, because I was trying to be perfect. All or nothing gets you absolutely nowhere. But here's what I do want to tell you. Whatever plan you give yourself, it's going to change, because this is something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. You're trying to get your weight under control. You're trying to improve your health. And these are habits that you want to create for the rest of your life. So please don't get upset with yourself if you ever mess up, because you know what? You didn't mess up. You just lived your life a little bit. You let yourself enjoy a treat, and that's fine, because sometimes it's okay to enjoy something that's, considered unhealthy, because I think that your mentality is also a part of this. Okay. And if you're depriving yourself 100% of the time, you're going to go completely insane and end up overeating on whatever you were restricting yourself from in the first place. So do not expect perfectionism. It doesn't exist. Let yourself enjoy life. As long as you're doing more good than bad, you're on the right track. And it might be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and that is completely okay. That has been my journey. It's been completely 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It took me so much to get to this point. It took me years and years and years. Like, I consider my 30s, my whole 30s, and I had kids in my 30s. So that's crazy that was thrown into the mix of, the time where I actually became at peace with food. And it just did. It took a lot of ups and downs, but I know in my 30s, I was overall improving my mentality and my headspace when it came to dieting and body image and all that stuff. My 4th healthy weight loss tip is to avoid telling yourself that this is going to be torture, because it doesn't have to be torture. This can be very, very exciting. So tell yourself, this is going to be an exciting journey, and I am going to find ways to enjoy this journey by discovering healthy and tasty foods and finding methods of exercise that I actually enjoy. I think too many people put themselves through torture to lose weight. I've done that too. Like, why would we ever think that we could do that to ourselves and sustain that forever? So it all starts with doing things in a way that bring you pleasure, okay? And then as you try more foods and try more methods of exercise and work on that healthy mindset, you're going to discover so much in life, so many things that are going to help you, so many foods, so many methods of exercise. It's going to be exciting. So you really do have to look at it in a very positive kind of way. Don't think that this whole journey is going to be torture, because it does not have to be. I love everything I eat now, and I do eat really healthy. And you know what? I used to be a junk food addict. Like, I loved everything bad. I mean, my favorite things are, French fries, mac and cheese of all sorts. I love pizza, and I do still indulge in those things, but like, I don't crave them as much anymore, because I have found so many healthy alternatives that I actually enjoy. I really don't want all those bad foods that often. I really don't. I think that the time that I might run into battling those foods is probably at like, occasions, you're at a birthday party or, stuff like that, where like, you're kind of not in control of the food. It's there and it smells good and it looks good and everyone's enjoying it. And those are the moments that I just enjoy it for myself, and I just let myself have it. And you know what? If I actually don't want it in that moment, I won't have it. Oh my goodness. I might actually pass on the cake or pass on the pizza, because I'm just not in the mood. That's like a real good, awesome thing that has come out of my journey, is that I actually am just like listening to my body a little bit more through this whole process, and not just telling myself what to do and torturing over and over. Okay, this is a big one. Okay, tip number 5. We've all heard this before, and it is, do not think that you're going to lose this weight fast. Do think that this is going to take a while. It doesn't have to take forever and ever, but a healthy weight loss rate is anywhere from a half a pound to 2 pounds a week. Okay, depending on like how far you have to go is probably what's going to affect that rate of weight loss, and also what you're doing is going to affect that rate of weight loss. So you can't expect to lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks. Like, you just have to be like very realistic about what you're trying to do here. Okay, remember, these are lifestyle changes. This is not going on a crash diet where you're going to lose weight fast. And I think the problem with people wanting to lose weight fast is because they are so unhappy in their bodies in that moment that they feel the panic. Just like I said earlier in this video, they feel the panic. They feel that like crazy, like, oh my goodness, I have to do this right now. I can't believe I did this to myself. It's panic. You're acting out of panic. You're in panic mode. So you just have to know that this is going to take time, and you have to be in this for the long haul. This is not like, oh, I'm going to do this for 3 months and then it's going to be over. Like, no, this is the rest of your life. You have to find a way to lead a healthy lifestyle and get to that desirable weight in a healthy, sustainable way. And that means that your weight loss journey might take a while, and you have to be okay with that. And like, I always think to myself, and I've heard other people say this as well, is that like, time is going to pass anyway. Like, you might as well make the right choices. Time is going to pass. Who cares if you lose a half a pound a week or less, or you maintain for a little while? It's okay. Time is going to pass anyway. You might as well make the right decisions. Oh man, this is another big one. This is a huge one. Okay. Tip number 6 for healthy weight loss is don't get numbers obsessed. Don't get numbers obsessed. Let's say it again. Don't get numbers obsessed. Okay, so what do I mean by all of this? So before I go into the different methods of how you can measure your progress with numbers, because there's nothing wrong with it, I do want you to focus though on like your behaviors rather than the numbers on the scale, okay? Because what's going to make the difference in your weight loss journey or your health journey are your behaviors, okay? And the behaviors really comes down to what you're putting in your mouth, what kind of exercise you're doing or how much exercise you're doing, and lastly, your mindset, okay? Your mindset and what you're telling yourself is also a behavior. So you need to focus on your behaviors and making them positive. And if you have positive behaviors, then you're going to see the weight drop. Example, you turned your awfully unhealthy breakfast into a very healthy breakfast. So maybe in the morning you used to have, I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head because my kids love to eat this and I hate that they love it, but French toast sticks, okay? They're full of white flour and sugar and it's awful. So we're always trying to like limit how much they have. But if you always started your morning with like French toast sticks and like a really unhealthy kind of sausage and I don't know, huge coffee with cream and sugar, you know what I'm getting at. And if you change that, if you altered that into, you found a way to make healthy French toast with whole grain bread, and you found maybe like, I love chicken apple sausage. If you found like a healthy chicken apple sausage to have, and maybe your huge coffee turned into a small cup of coffee, and you could still have the cream and sugar. It's all about how much. Those behaviors are going to result in weight loss. It is, because you're taking a bad habit and you're turning it into a good habit. So please focus on the behaviors. But if you do want to get into measuring your progress with some sort of numbers, here's what you can do. You can start with having a starting weight just by using a scale, and that's fine. If you're a little bit afraid of the scale, you can use a pair of pants. You can write down maybe what size they were, and then measure your progress from those same pair of pants, maybe in a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever it is. You can see your progress based on those pants. Taking a picture of yourself. If you just don't want to have anything to do with numbers, you could just take a picture of yourself, and that could be like your starting picture. And then like way down the line, take another picture of yourself, maybe in the same light, same pose, same clothes, whatever it may be, and have something to measure off of so you can see that progress. If you're like really into numbers, okay, you can take measurements of your body. You can measure with the measuring tape your chest, your waist, your hips, maybe your thigh, maybe your arms, and be done. And tuck those away, tuck those numbers away, and then down the road you can come back to it, okay? It's really all up to you. You have to know yourself when it comes to all the numbers. And I think what it comes down to is you have to know what those numbers are going to do to your mindset, okay? If you can face the numbers in the beginning and you can just jot them all down and tuck them away until later, months down the road, that's cool. If you're someone that wants to weigh yourself weekly, that's fine too. I actually would not recommend any more than weekly. If the scale plays a head game with you, if it's going to mess with your head, because man, I have been around people who are like, oh, I gained 2 pounds since yesterday. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Everything about the scale. Well, guess what? The scale doesn't even tell you everything. The scale isn't telling you like, oh, well, you had a high salt meal last night, so like your body's retaining water, okay? The scale also might not be telling you your percentage body fat, okay? Actually, my husband just bought a scale that tells you your body fat, the percentage body fat, and your total body weight. And then I think it also tells you like the percentage of your body that is muscle and bone. And I think that's really, really cool. And I think it got like really good reviews. It's a really good scale. If I can find the link to that scale, I'll put it in the description box, but we love it. So I'm actually in the process of changing scales. I've had the same scale for like 15 years. But yeah, it doesn't tell me my body fat. And I think I'm kind of interested in that now, just because I'm okay with facing it now. I'm okay with knowing more numbers now because I know it's not going to mess with my head. I can handle it. My final thought though on not getting obsessed with numbers is think about how you're feeling. Think about how your clothes feel maybe. Just think about, that you're improving your health. Okay? Nothing wrong with, taking measurements and using numbers to measure progress, but like don't get overly obsessive about it because it's not everything. It's just not. Okay? How you feel is most important, and that you're making healthy lifestyle changes that are going to benefit you in the long run and living a long, healthy life. Like that's actually what matters. Okay. My 7th tip for healthy weight loss is exercising. And don't mind, I look and sound a little different for this tip. It is a different day. Anyway, so there's a couple different ways that exercise can help you in your weight loss efforts. Number one, generally, to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you consume, and that is called having a calorie deficit. So if you're adding in exercise sessions, you are helping to boost the number of calories that you're burning in any given day. So it's going to help you to reach that goal of burning more calories than you consume. So it's definitely going to help. Number two, if you are doing any sort of weight-bearing exercise, you're going to build some lean muscle mass, and muscle burns calories, fat does not. So the more muscle you have and the less fat you have, the higher your metabolism is going to be, and that's going to definitely help you with your weight loss efforts. So personally, I don't want to lie to you and tell you that I did a ton of exercising to lose all of this baby weight that I've been trying to take off for the past few years. I really relied on my diet a lot more. I'll admit, I was lazy with the exercise, and it was hard. It's hard. I've got a crazy schedule with work and the kids. Like it got hard, but I'm not going to make excuses because we all have 10 minutes a day. Like I could have done 10 minutes a day. So, even though I lost all the baby weight, I still have problem areas. I have the same problem areas I did before. It's like I'm just a smaller version of what I was before. I'm not trying to have a perfect body, but I do want to improve upon it just for myself and for the health benefits. So, my future plan is to start incorporating more strength training. I am going for some walks, but I want to maybe up the intensity in my exercise. So that's just something I would recommend as well. And, when you exercise, you feel so good. It elevates your mood. So then you'll make better decisions, including what foods you're going to choose to eat. My last healthy weight loss tip is do not just focus on the amount that you're eating, meaning the calories. You want to make sure that what you are eating for the most part is nutrient dense, that it is healthy. There's some sort of health benefit to what you're eating, okay? Because if you just say, okay, I'm going to eat, 1,700 calories a day. That's my goal. There's nothing wrong with setting a goal. It's okay. But just know that you can't make those 1,700 calories crap. The healthier you eat, the better your body's going to function and the better you're going to look and feel. Don't just make it about the amount that you're eating. Please focus on the quality of your food as well. I'm just going to leave it there. So I hope these tips gave you some food for thought. These are all tips that I came up with based on my own life experience and all my past failures and successes. I'm in a happy place, and I never thought I'd be able to say that, and I'm so grateful to be able to be in this headspace and in this perfectly imperfect body. If you guys ever have any specific questions that you want to throw my way, you can certainly comment down below, but I am also on Instagram. I'm very present over there. So I'm going to put the my handle right here, so you guys can find me on Instagram. Follow me, DM me, whatever you need. I'm here for you. I hope I have helped you. If I have, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to see more videos from me about healthy and tasty food and loving and respecting your body. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.